Hey everybody, Goat here. Welcome back to our series on Diablo 3. In this video we're going to cover the loot system in Diablo 3, and it has changed slightly from the PC, so this is kind of an important one. Now on the PC you were getting more drops, but they were lower quality and they kind of had stats all over the place. You could be getting, and your Barbarian, you could be getting things with int and things with dexterity and whatnot, and you got more drops. And the reasoning for that was they had the auction house. And what they did on the PC with that is they expected you to take the things you didn't want, either sell them to a vendor or sell them on the auction house. That generated your cash and allowed people, drove people to the auction house by not customizing those drops towards your character. You got random things, you didn't want them, you try to trade with somebody else or sell to somebody else to get the random things you wanted. Well, on the console, we don't have the auction house, and actually the PC soon won't have the auction house either, and they'll be using our loot model. So what they did on the console is they lowered the amount of drops that you'll get out in the game, but they offset that by giving you more gold and making those drops that do drop better quality and tailored towards your class, generally speaking. Right as you start, you might not see that, but as you get a little, spend a little time in the game, you'll start to notice it more and more, that the items that drop, if you're a barbarian, let's say, they're going to have strength on them. If you're a wizard or witch doctor, they're going to have int. So it's dropping things with your primary stat. So you have much better chance of getting something you can use. Now, you can still get things that you can't use, like, picking up a crossbow as a barbarian. You can't use it, and then it's going to have strength on it, so you end up still having to vendor it anyways, or scrapping it. But we'll cover that part later. So the basics are better loot, more gold, less bad loot, and things tailored towards you. The different qualities of loot you'll see in here is, for instance, the white one you see there at the top of my screen, the sickle. That is a basic item. You'll start using those as you start your career, your character. That'll be what you have, and it's just got basic stats here. Nothing special about it. Now, if we go down, you can see I'll put that on. I'll grab another sickle. This is the next level up, and there is actually a lower level called a gray one. Those are like broken items. I didn't have one handy. It's just a faded color of white, about the color of the DMG damage there. Those ones are inferior to even the white ones. There's also a slightly better white class that are like superior or high quality. They're still a little better than the white ones, but they're not as good as a magic one. Now, these magic ones are these purple ones you see here, or purple or blue, however your eyes foresee the color. You can see now that it labels it as a magic mighty weapon. It has roughly the same stats, but it throws in the extra poison damage. And you can see the overall damage of it goes up from 18.2 from the regular sickles 11.0. And what you'll also notice is the 3 upward arrows next to the green ones, right next to the sword icon underneath the damage amount. So you see the 18.2, there's a 3 upward arrows. That's letting you know that this one is going to do more damage. And they're ranking it as, pretty high, because it can be 1, 2, 3, or none of upward. And you can see downward ones too. Here, I'll equip this real quick. And you'll see now that I'm going to pronounce it way wrong. The Keen Flamberge of Winter actually has 2 downward reds. That's a slightly lower damage. It's less damage. The sickle is going to do even less. The white one, because it's got 3 down. But the Vampiric Heavy Axe of Flame has 3 up, so that's even better than the one we're currently using. So we can move over to that, and it moves us up. So that's how that works. Now back to the color coding. You saw the purple magic one. There is a yellow rare one. I happen to have one of those. Wrong button there. Over here in my rings, you'll see that it listed that ring there. Both Cycle Rain on the right and Fate Initiation. You can see that the 2 of them have a rare ring, and they have more stats on them. And you can see the upwards and downwards. The center one of the shield, it gives you a little bit better defenses. And the far right would be the heart. That'd be more life sort of things. This one would be a little less damage, a little more life. That's how do you feel about it. You'll notice Cycle Rain has +8 strength. That's why it does more damage for me. It's my primary stat. Now the next thing up is over to the orange ones, which are the Legendaries. Now I have a Hellfire ring here that I crafted on one of my other characters. Just a handy one that I can have around. So you can see this was a legendary ring. It does say legendary. They make a cool sound when they drop. This is what you're looking for in the game. Oh, I can't drop it, of course. Makes a big ching noise. It's really cool. And you can see it's a whole lot better than what I have right now. Even though it's a dexterity-based one, it's a whole lot better. Check out one of our later guides on how to craft a Hellfire Ring. And these are awesome for leveling up alts because they don't have any required levels. You'll see in the bottom of Cycle Rain it says required level 8. This one has no required level, so it's real handy. Then the next level higher than the legendary orange ones are the green ones. Whoops, thought I was still in there. And you'll see this is Litany of the Undaunted. I happen to have that sitting around. It is a set ring. Now, set rings will actually have a set bonus. So or set anythings will have a set bonus. You'll see here that there's the set in the middle and there's a 2 next to it. So you need 2 items from the set, which they are the Wailing Host and the Litany of the Undaunted. So in this case, you need both of them, and it gives you those extra bonuses there to tie in with your normal stats you're going to be getting from it that are listed higher up along here. So sets, there's usually a set for each class, and there are some things like rings and weapons that might be good for different classes. So those are real handy there. So that is what you can do with all your loot. And I'll just tap a key there to make sure I didn't miss anything. But that is kind of how the loot system works. And as you're out there picking things up, you'll see just to the left of your health bar and whatnot, you'll see the things you pick up, and you can kind of see the upward arrow and downward arrow, and that'll let you know, hey, I need to come in and check. And you'll see the star there over top of an item, a slot, and look at there, that means I picked up a hide belt with a star there, and that was something that was new and I haven't looked at yet. Well, it's not very useful to me, but oh, down here I did have something. Forgot about that. That gives me a little more strength, a little more magic item find. And we have a new thing up here, leather doublet, not useful, not going to worry about it. So, that is the loot system and how it works and how it differs from the PC. So if you have any questions for us, just drop us a comment down there in the bottom. Drop us a like if it's handy. If there's something that I did wrong, let me know. We can always re-record one of these. And check out our next video that comes up, which should be on inventory and inventory management, so you can know what you can do with all this loot once you have it.